Okay, I'll open the public hearing on the tentative 2026-27 budget. Were there public comments? Anyone from the public wish to speak? The board have any comments? Yeah.
We vetted it thoroughly.
Yeah,
it's acceptable. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Subdivision pre-application for Sagaponic Realty LLC, that's 451 Daniels Lane. We're going to adjourn the application until May 20th. We won't really hear this again until they get through the zoning board of appeals. They have certain things which need to be, they need permission on before we get the final plat on this thing. So I'll make a motion to adjourn the application until May 20th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I would also just note for the record that there was progress down on that site, Mayor.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I haven't been by there.
Yes,
The regular-
the greenhouse was removed
Oh,
last week, I believe.
good.
So that is done. Now, I have not heard anything on the removal of the evergreens though on the front. Have you, Brian?
No, I don't have an update on that, but I know that the board was very concerned about that greenhouse, and as a gesture, they really wanted that down. So that was an update from council that greenhouse was removed.
Great. Good to hear. Meadowmere, that's still waiting for sufficient offers for development rights. So they asked for an additional 90 days for filing the final plat for that proposed subdivision. So I'll make a motion to grant the additional 90 days.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes from the March 18th, 2026 planning and board meeting. It was pretty much perfect, I thought. Did anybody find some kind of error in it?
No.
It's good.
I'll make the motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Police reports.
Oh, police reports.
Yeah.
Coming right up. Let's see here. So I'm doing 2 months. Yep. Okay, this is gonna be February and March. February, abandoned 911 call. 1 in February, 5 in March. Accidents, no. Personal injury, none in February, 1 in March. Accidents prior, 1 in February, none in March. Aided cases, 2 in February, 3 in March. A burglar alarm, 6 in February, 11 March. Alarm carbon monoxide, 1 in February, none in March. Fire alarm, 6 in February, 6 in March. Ambulance calls, 10 in February, 7 in March. You're busy in February.
This year.
This year. Animal complaints, 3 in February, 1 in March. Arrest, other than DWI was 1 in March, none in February. Check the welfare, 1 February, 1 March. And dispute with the landlord and tenant, none in February, 2 in March. Building inspection, 3 in February, none in March. Recovered property, none in February, 1 in March. Parking complaint, 1 in February, none in March. Patrol follow-up, 0 in February, 2 in March. Pedestrian stop, none in February, 1 in March. Property damage, 1 in February, none in March. Reckless erratic driver, 1 in February, none in March. Smoke investigation, 2 in February, none in March. Suspicious incident, none in February, 1 in March. Suspicious person, 1 in February, none in March. Suspicious vehicle, 1 in February, none in March. Traffic enforcement, 26 in February and 31 in March. Traffic hazard 4 February, 3 March. Traffic stop 2 in February, none in March. And utility wires 2 in February, none in March. Do you have anything to add?
Well, the good news is there are seven officers that came out of the police academy that'll be trained and hopefully will be on the schedule beginning usually June, it's usually 2 months, so. Hopefully bodies here.
Great. Thank you, Carrie.
Yep.
Update on the village website, Carrie, Brody, you,
There it is. It is. It went live on Friday. And so it was it was a project. We started it last August, but it's done. Abby was more than instrumental in getting this up and running. But there we are. And any questions? Certainly, but go through it. Everything's there. It's pretty user friendly. Our minutes are displayed a little bit. This actually, my laptop's slow here. But anyway.
I didn't see all the photos rotate. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so quick into getting into the website
Oh,
itself.
okay, see, so it's lagging. Anyway, this is the way our minutes are being displayed now. You'll see that the agenda is clickable on the left side there, and then the minutes on the right, and the recording of that on the left side of there, so it's all in one spot now. Anyway, there you go. Have a little
Good job.
gander at it, and
very, very nice.
Can I just put in a road use as well? Does that be as far as the amount of time that they put in?
it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was not.
We're actually still working on it too. There's still some things because we have to be ADA compliant with our website. And we are just trying to determine if some of it is, we're not sure everything is, and we're working with Civic Plus right now to make sure that everything on that, because by law, we have to be by April 24th of this year. So stay tuned.
It's
So-
beautiful.
Okay,
Very nice.
Great job, really was.
thank you for pushing.
Thanks for being a pusher.
It's a labor of love.
It is, absolutely.
Local law number 1 of 2026. There's a lot more to be done with that. We have a lot of negative comments on it, predominantly negative comments, and a lot of good suggestions. And we are looking at codes in a lot of different municipalities to see if there's anything we can do that's maybe simple and enforceable and helps calm down bad relations between neighbors. On that front, I think if you've got a neighborhood with, and some people feel that it's too bright at night, I still don't understand why people can't get together and discuss it and maybe work themselves to alleviate the problem. I mean, there's still, why do you need a municipality to do that? And just as an example, I've been told that on Crestview Lane, everybody got together, and because of noise, they requested that all their landscapers show up on the same day. And I thought, wow, that's leadership, and that's neighbors who want to get along together. And instead of having, the lawnmower here, which happens so many times, that they got their own solution to the problem. And I mean, a lot of people seem to be afraid to go knock on the door or take the neighbor cookies and say, well, could maybe you put a lower wattage bulb in it, something like that, and they can solve it themselves. Anyway, so I think we're going to turn down our proposed law, work on some kind of improvement of it, which might be acceptable to people and help address the problem. But also, I wish people would take it in their own hands, not to beat up on the neighbor, but actually cooperate. I'm sure, if the neighbor won't tone down his lights, then you get a noisy car. And you say, "Well, I'll get a muffler if you change your light bulbs." I don't know. I mean, there's gotta be some way to, you know, community can take their own, action on it. But anyway, we're gonna try to do something additional. Mr. Egan, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think, thank you, Mayor and members of the Board of Trustees. I think it was, well intentioned by the citizen who brought to our attention the, what he conceived as deficiencies in our dark sky law, where it was, he thought there was some light trespass and some improvements that could have been made. And the board, as the amendment that's before us, thought to move the law forward to say, let's extinguish the lights at 11 o'clock. And then we had citizen feedback that said, hey, look, looking more at the law, maybe it doesn't make any sense to shut the lights off at 11. And that caused the board to look wider at the dark sky law in toto. And then we looked at it at the board's direction, and I looked at the dark sky laws literally from Montauk to Westchester. And it was eye-opening, the wide gambit that's out there. And they run from the hyper-technical, uber-engineered of degree of foot candle that trespasses on your neighbor's property, what degree of foot candle goes over, all the way over to the village of Nissaquag that just says, after 11 o'clock, if it bothers your neighbor and they ask you to shut it off, just do it. Which I thought was great, right? Like it was just great and very practical. But some people aren't that accommodating. So I think somewhere in between there, we've got to find out what this is. But as Trustee McMillan raised the last meeting, it's got to be practical, it's got to be safe. As Trustee Barber raised at the last meeting, it makes no sense to shut off porch lights, right? Trustee Landis is on the ambulance company. You've got to have a porch light lit to light your house number. It makes no sense to shut that off. And there was a resident who spoke at the last meeting. You shouldn't shut that off at any time if you expect an ambulance to arrive, and nobody wants to have an ambulance. You can't really plan that timing. So I think we've got to tune that, and we're going to take the best of those local laws. Today, my recommendation is to vote to not adopt the amendment today, which would be the positive vote. Rhodey will explain it. The positive vote would be to deny the amendment, leave the law as it is now, and then in the next coming meetings, adopt an amendment to our dark sky law, not be hyper technical like the town of East Hampton's, but get something that's practical and accomplishes what really the public, and have public hearings where we'll have additional comments, but essentially traps the light in a low way, shields it, but keeps it on your property, but accomplishes what everybody wants. Safety, contained light, not light pollution, not light spillage onto neighbors' property, but contained in a low level, but maintains that safety that everybody wants.
Great. Good discussion.
Brian, thank you for, it's obvious that we're not the only ones that are wrestling with this between here and Westchester. I can imagine you racked up quite a few number of hours, and Rhodey sent over sort of the East End's different lighting. It was pretty interesting.
Yes.
As far as what the differential is.
Yeah, I went through them as well, and some of them are incredibly technical. You certainly don't need to have that. We do have an unusual circumstance where we have a lot of non-full-time residents here, and that a lot of the issues are with people who aren't even here during the off season. So I think we could come up with a nice balanced approach.
Yeah, and I think we've got to get, and I think we heard everybody loud and clear, we've got to get somewhere between not having, when you're not in residence, and even if you are, not having a spotlight that lights up your property like Sing Sing Prison and allows that to be on at all times, to ordering you to shut your porch light off so you can't even get on your porch. There's got to be a happy medium between that, and that's what we're going to do.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So we have
So you have the
a
resolution in your
resolution which denies the local law.
rights. So if you just read that last, now therefore,
Now therefore be it resolved that local law 1 of 2026 entitled a local law amending village code section 119-5B4 regarding exterior lighting is denied and therefore not adopted. I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Turn the page. Tentative budget, I'll make a motion to adopt the budget as it's printed in front of us.
the resolution deemed read into the record.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Parking on Sag Main Street in front of Sagaponic General Store. We have a drawing which everybody's heard it, that we take out the sidewalk just south of the crosswalk, where that comes out, and the parking then will be deep enough so cars can fully get out of the traffic lane. As it was, all the larger cars, the Wagoneers, the Suburbans, the Escalades, pickup trucks, if they parked there, they hung out in the road into the actual travel lane, which was not a good idea. And I believe I explained, I discussed this on Sunday with the owners of the store, and they thought this was a good idea, and I explained to them that under the municipal procurement process, it would be months, the middle of the summer, before we could bring a contractor in there. And I believe they offered to get it done themselves. We simply just have to permit it. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, come on up.
I think you said it best, but
Just identify yourself.
oh, I'm Gabby. I'm the general manager of the Sagaponic General Store.
And I'm
Um,
also on the Zoom too. Mindy here. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much.
We just wanted to come here to share the laps of the spots and one way to add several more back in a safe way. We understand the ones in the area were eliminated because there was not enough space to park an SUV length car on an angle. We're proposing narrowing the width of the sidewalk in order to allow for angled parking to mirror the parking elsewhere on the street. We would cover the cost to make this change. This image shows our proposed modifications to the parking plan along Sag Main Street that was implemented by the village last Thursday. We want to highlight the prime spots that were removed and our solution for how to add several back. Given their location on the street, these parking spots are not only essential for the store, but also for the post office. We understand that the spots in the area were eliminated because there was not enough space to park an SUV car on an angle. And we're thus proposing that we would cover the costs to narrow the sidewalk.
A question, it looks like, I know I had discussed on Sunday the possibility of getting some kind of narrow sidewalk there eventually. And I know the village would do that on their own. I'm just curious, it looks like these spaces won't be quite as long as deep as the ones to the south because of that. It looks like you're putting back in a little bit of sidewalk. Is that true?
No, this is my best attempt at a drawing, but it's this is
So they're gonna be as deep as
Anything that is-
they're gonna be as deep as the others.
yeah, and we would narrow. We
With
would
no
cover the-
sidewalk?
We would cover the cost of narrowing the sidewalk.
Oh, I
So
think,
how wide?
I think you're getting into engineering. I don't
Yeah,
think-
we would be happy to have Nick. our
Yeah, it's
contractor.
code, they have to be 3 feet, so I was thinking we could just push it back to the west.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you don't put it in, the village would do it later. And I'm just a little nervous that if those spaces aren't as deep as the ones way to the south of it, on the other side of the phone call, that maybe they'll still be too short. And so I would say, take out all the sidewalk. It's not required anymore. since the handicap space is gone. And if we can put it back in, the village will do it when we come back in the fall.
Okay.
And that might make it simpler for you to get it done.
Right.
What if
Yeah.
we put in,
However, Bill, just on that thought there, and I'm not sure about this, but this pushback on the sidewalk is actually getting off of public property going onto private. Is that correct?
I'm not sure where the property line ends at this.
Right. So
Right.
by this, and I agree, we just put it on here, but if that does end up on private property, then no, we can't
Oh,
put it in.
okay, right.
That's my
Right.
point is.
But it's not required.
It's not required, you're right, but Bill was offering to put it in later, but if it's going on
I see.
private property, we can't put it in.
We
well,
should-
what if we put in compact cars only for those?
Yeah, it does.
We've been all through this stuff. It's
Yeah,
all through that.
they ignore that.
Yeah.
They don't.
So I think
I've
that
never been through any of it, I don't
People-
know what you're talking about.
People ignore
Not
the
an
hashtag.
option.
People park on that spot right now with a no parking sign. Okay, so they ignore everything.
We get the parking police out.
my comment. So, look, I think this is a great compromise. Obviously, when I saw the lining, it was pretty, I didn't realize how many spaces were being taken out, you know, and it's hard to see when you have an engineer map when it actually, they put the lines out. So I think this is a great, if you're willing to pick up the expense to do it, I think I'm certainly 100% in favor of doing it and making sure that it is a diagonal parking spot. I do think you need it to be as deep as the other ones though, just so we don't have the back, because that's the issue, backing into each other.
Yeah.
So if it's deep as it is, and if it is still on village property, the sidewalk, I think we should entertain that in the fall or whenever we can.
Absolutely.
But if you want to do something in the meantime, I'm more than willing, we're willing to have you do it if it's on your on the village
Okay, I
property.
guess it would, if we are to proceed here, it would be a good next step to have us meet with the engineer to figure out if we're allowed, how much sidewalk we can actually
Absolutely.
have.
Yeah,
But I'm more than willing and in favor for the village to pay for it come the fall, if it's on our property.
yeah, it's really a matter of, it's not a money thing, it's a timing
right.
thing.
Yeah,
And since we have a process we have to go through, if we give them.
and I'm just concerned about this happening by Memorial Day weekend.
Right, exactly.
You know, I think by Memorial Day weekend, people are gonna start crossing the yellow.
Well, you can take out, you can take out the sidewalk and then establish the side, if you want to put another sidewalk in, you can add that at the end if you want to. I don't know how much
We
time.
will have to pave underneath where the sidewalk is.
Right,
yeah.
That is village property, so would we have permission to do that?
Yes,
Yes,
that's what
So
we're
the
gonna
process would be, as long as the board seems to be all in agreement that they want you to go forward with this, you would have to fill out an excavation permit. And with that excavation permit, you need to give me a plan, which the village engineer is involved in that. And, if you want to meet with him beforehand, before you put this on paper, that's fine. And then the process or the payment is $250 for the permit. And I need the insurances on the contractor that's doing the job.
Let's make sure. Okay.
do.
So Rody, what kind of estimated time frame?
On my office, we can turn in an excavation permit as long as everything is in play in 2 days.
I have a question. So that drawing that she modified, that was drawn by the village engineer?
Correct.
Yes,
So if we meet with the village engineer beforehand, will he do the modification on
sure.
the plan, or do I have to have an architect draw the plan?
No, he'll do it.
So then you're authorizing the village engineer to draw this plan
Yep.
for them.
I
Okay,
mean, there is a plan and he can just,
modify it.
yeah,
And
modify.
we can provide a survey that will show where the property line, I believe the property line ends right at the sidewalk. At the west side of the sidewalk.
Right,
But we'll
right.
provide him with a survey so we can at least establish that now.
So
That's perfect. Yeah,
would you
beautiful.
plan at this point to put that sidewalk back in?
No,
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 Okay.
right, I think at this point, we would, I have to see, how that interacts with the ramp that comes down, because I don't.
Okay.
100%.
got it.
But I think once we get the approval, we would come in with a machine and just take that concrete out of there.
Mhm.
We would repave it, we
Yep.
have to reline it.
Yep.
And
Done.
move from there.
Okay, I'll check with the village engineer tomorrow to see when he can meet you out there. I'm
I'm
sure,
available at his convenience.
I'm sure tomorrow, I'm sure he can do it by Friday.
That's fine.
I shouldn't speak for him, I don't know, but I will try.
Can
I'm
I
gonna-
ask a random question?
Sure.
How many spaces did you lose?
We counted 12.
Lost? How many did you gain
No.
No.
with this change?
Oh, 3.
But I think that 12 is a number that can't really be defined because we had no lines out there before. So,
So, but you're only gonna gain 3
They've
here,
lost
is that
some.
right?
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
gaining 3. I mean, it's gaining 3, and then it's also, you've seen the way people drive. I think it's
Right.
just,
They
it's
still
really
fight
like a
this.
safety issue.
So I just want to add that I think we've been talking about the fact that this is a moving plan as we watch and see
How it
the
goes.
traffic and see how it goes, which I'm very happy about. And, obviously, I do think that we should think about looking at the end of the summer again, because I can imagine, last year, the store had a parking attendant who was out there, and the police put a kibosh on
Right.
that thing. So I can imagine, you may have great things going on with the plan, but I think I want to make sure that this is a continuing discussion.
I
as
agree,
go
I think
forward.
we all said this was temporary and we would readdress the issues come the fall. And we may add or subtract whatever we learn from the season.
But I also think we should be open to other things, i.e.,
Park somewhere else.
traffic control and that sort of thing, because.
the mayor knows because I CC him the emails. I have sent 2 emails to the sergeant and the chief to
Okay,
let them,
Okay.
remind them this is a very active area. Season is starting and we need to have enforcement and control down there.
And I told the mayor, but we will have parking attendants in our
Yeah.
private parking lot, but we obviously can't have anyone on the street.
Yeah, no, we are being a squeaky wheel. Our clerk is very good diplomatically to keep it in front of them that the town does have limited resources and they have tremendous commercial districts, but we do exist and we have needs, so as much as we can squeeze out, we'll get. Yeah. Okay.
So do we have to make a motion to?
So you're just gonna do a simple resolution to approve the removal of the existing sidewalk, and direct the village engineer to assist with the design.
Right, I'll make a motion for the board to authorize work on the public right of way
Correct.
and consult with our village engineer.
I'll second that.
Yeah, and they will then get the necessary permits in order to do so, which is the excavation permits.
Right, okay.
And then next fall, we can put the second tier of parking spots. On the top of that.
Underground.
We're already out waiting to hear.
You mean the tunnel we're gonna dig
I love it.
That way you guys can get together, so we can get the plan, so you can put the permit in for the excavation, so.
Once I get the plan, I'll have Trish submit. Sure.
This should all be in place by the end of next week.
Perfect.
That's my
Thank
guess.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Do I have a second on that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have an election coming up,
We do.
126th village election. We have a resolution to set the place and hours of the polling for the 2026 general village election. Whereas the village of Sagaponack will hold its village elections June 19, 2026. And whereas the mayor and 2 trustee seats are to be filled with 2-year terms each. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees does hereby state that the polling place will be the Village Hall, 3175 Montauk Highway, Sagaponack, New York, and the polls will be open at 12 noon and close at 9 p.m. Make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Is the 19th a Friday?
Yes. Your election is on the third Friday of the month of June. And this one happens to fall on Juneteenth. So the
Oh.
office will actually be closed,
Oh,
but I will be here to conduct the
Oh,
election.
that's a holiday. Huh?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'll make a
Yeah,
motion.
that's right, I get another holiday. It's in the policy that if any of these holidays fall on or if the election falls on this holiday, then
we give you another one.
it's a floating holiday.
Okay,
So
got you.
it's all good.
Good.
I'll make a motion to appoint the following people as election inspectors for the June 19, 2026 village election. Emily Aspinall, Myrie McRae, John White, Elizabeth Barton, with alternates Tom White and Alexandra Toscano. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Assembly permit, Kerr's summer party.
Yep. Let's see, they are having a summer party in their backyard on 233 Hedges Lane. And on August 1st. Oh, I didn't look up to see the date. Is that a Saturday? August 1st.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Anyway, I'll get back to that. From 7 to 11:30 PM. And,
What was the date, second?
no, the first.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, so, it's a residence, at the main house and a pool house. Additional structures is a Navitrack 40 by 80 tent and a 15 by 40 service tent. The number of people expected to attend are 120, and the number of people, the event production is 30, so that's 150 people. Summer party in the backyard for family and friends. The number of vehicles expected is 25. So you have to be parking pretty well on that. There will be a valet company people. There will not be any security on site. Marcia Selden Catering is the catering company. The refuse will be disposed of by tipsters provided by the catering company. Will the event require portable bathrooms? It says no. I don't know about that with 150 people.
There's a lot of trees.
Okay.
That's their house. They tracing through.
Okay, so there will be sound, speakers under the tent. The music is a DJ under the tent. The lighting are bistro lights in the tent. Like I said, the tent is 40 by 80 Navitrack and a 15 by 40 service tent. No signs, no signs.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's 150 people. Shouldn't they have a porta potty
I
there?
don't know why, and Brian, hear me, I don't know if we can force somebody to get porta johns. I mean, if they want 150 people going through their house and filling up their septic.
Maybe it's a question we should ask them. Yeah.
I don't know that it's the board's concern. Do you think, Brian?
Well, it's if my wife was hosting it, it'd be a different question. But it's really kind of up to them.
To the applicant, correct?
Yep. It's up to them. It's really between them and their cesspool company.
And their trees.
Right, and their hedges.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a picture of the parking on Hedges. There's a field to the north, and that's where the guest parking will be. The driveway goes all the way to the bottom of the picture where it says Google, and we think it's the house next, just north of that. And then the staff parking is along that road in a field. Right?
You know what?
So that parking's in the open lot there.
Yeah.
I think it looks open.
2 or 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
I think they own that field as part of their property.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I make a motion. Any questions? Okay, I make a motion to accept this permit.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The Great East End cleanup, the town is doing it again, Southampton is doing that again, April 25th and April 26th. We didn't do it last year, we have done it in the past. We usually do, the Saturday, and we clean up Sag Main Beach. Do you want to do that again this year?
Sure.
Okay, so that would be the Saturday would be the 25th.
I know one time we cleaned up out.
Well, I was just gonna say that, Bill, that this Montauk Highway probably needs more cleaning than
The
Sag
beach
Beach
has
does right
never
now.
really needed
Right,
much.
so we've managed to clean that up pretty good, but what we would do is go down there and then, go down, up and down the Montauk Highway on the north and south side and clean that up.
What's the time frame on that?
Whatever time frame you want, 7, 8, 9, I don't think we need to do it, I like it, me personally, earlier in the morning.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock sounds fine. So 8 o'clock at Sag Main, and then we'll pick that up and then continue to Montauk Highway.
Yeah, I did this 2 years ago and there was very little to pick up,
Right,
to be honest,
yeah.
down by Sag Main.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to do it somewhere else.
So you're doing it Saturday and Sunday or Saturday?
No, just Saturday.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it both days if you want.
Sunday I'm gonna be in Gatineau.
Gotcha. Little training.
I'm-
All right,
You
so
can do Sunday.
what I will do is put it out in the newsletter, that we're doing the cleanup. Anybody that would like to join us, I will get the bags from the town and, bring your own gloves, great.
It'd be great to put on the website.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tent permit application. Archibald
Policy,
Paulson,
yeah.
this is the same.
Right, so as you know, the tent permit is for a very defined time. This tent permit application goes beyond that, so that's why it's before you, because you have to give a waiver on that section of the code. And this is going from
May to
15
September.
to September for their junior golf program. This is probably, oh my gosh, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years that they've been doing it. They do own the tent.
Yeah.
But because of the nature of the game being children that are under it, really anybody, we have asked them to, or require them to get the tent permit, which triggers the fire marshal going out there to inspect it to make sure everything's fine. As you know, the Foxborough Golf is under construction at the moment, but they have assured us, the town has assured us that all the construction area will be cordoned off. So the safety issue of this golf, using the golf course itself will be addressed.
I'll make a motion to approve
I'll
the.
second that. Approve the text.
All in favor?
Hi.
Discussion item. Right now, the clipping of beach grass is enforced under the town code. And it was noticed that we didn't have any reference to that in our coastal erosion hazard section of our village code regarding that type of thing. And the suggestion is that we should have it within our own code and not just rely on the town's code. So.
And this is for the beach itself.
This is for the grasses that grow on the
Right.
roofs.
Because
And
just
this, what
people
brought
have
it
beach
to,
grass.
right, what brought it to light was there are a couple of oceanfront properties that have cut the grasses, so the town sent them a violation. And they wrote it under the town code, so I said, well, you can also write it under the village code. And, but I noticed that we don't have that cutting, and we should.
Was there a complaint?
There was a violation. It wasn't a complaint that came into us, and I don't know if the town got the complaint, but they did go out and investigate it, or they noticed it when they were out there, one or the other. And so they have sent the violations out, but we don't have any regulation on cutting the grasses, so that's why I'm suggesting that we incorporate it into our, Brian and I talked about it in the coastal erosion hazard chapter.
So does that give it more teeth if we have it in ours as well?
It's about the same. I mean, they're enforceable under the town. This just gives it, I guess, more teeth, so you could do it under both. But it is enforceable under the town right now.
Yeah, this has to do with the second and third house, west of Gibson Lane.
So does the town monitor, in the springtime to see who's cutting grass?
Well, they do a lot of monitoring. I don't know if they specifically, I can't speak for the town because I don't know if they specifically go out to see if anybody's in violation. I don't know if they do that,
That's
or if
good.
they were out there looking at something else and then
Noticed it.
noticed.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no downside for us to do this, right?
I don't see any downside. Do you, Brian?
No, we should, it should have been carried over anyway. This was one of the original chapters that came over on the incorporation. It should have been in our chapter anyway. So, we should have a complete code in this section. So our discussion with Rhodey, our recommendation is we should drop it in our section too.
Okay.
So then Brian will draft a local law, it has to be done by local law, that you'll have it by May 20th meeting, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is there a public hearing for this?
say yes, all code changes,
Yes.
except for your V and T, goes by local law.
Financially, we're doing okay. Our staff has been great at controlling expenses and the revenue has been good, so the village is in great shape financially. We'll pay some bills.
Sure.
Make a motion to expend from the general fund the amount of $60,876.76. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Making a motion to expend from the tree fund in the amount of $3,567. All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to expend from the trust and agency planning fund, $3,427.63.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And make a motion to expend from the capital highway fund the amount of $1,241.63.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Karen. Our next meeting date is the 20th of May, 3:00. Do we have it here?
Should we?
Or the beach?
Or the beach.
We could have a swim break.
You could, bring your chairs, bring your more chairs, and then beach.
And any questions or comments from the floor? No? No rotten food?
No, it's all good. Actually, I have a question about the, buying the property inside the pond, isn't it? Has anybody donated $30 million by chance?
Not 30 million, but there have been donations.
So there have been
Fantastic.
donations, there's people who've left it in their will, some donations as well, so. Maybe not during our lifetime, but but that's a great way to donate. And we're in the process of getting it up on the Chronic Land Trust website. We're in the process of having a pretty simple memorandum of understanding between the village residents and the Chronic Land Trust on how we designate which properties we want to put the money towards. So this is a long-term strategy. It's a long-term process. And we're just in the process of just getting it up and running full time now. So, but yes, we have donations already in, which is terrific.
Fantastic.
And it's also nice for people to leave in their will.
Yeah.
And if
That's
you
a way to do it.
Yeah, 25 million.
That's fantastic.
So I think we'll be gearing up in the summer. We're
Yeah.
really on the work once we have the website up.
It is a long-term thing.
It is definitely a long-term strategy for the benefit of the village.
I know you volunteered to help, and we will come back. to
Yeah,
it.
no, I was
It's
just
getting
curious.
there.
I'm here to be deployed as ordered.
Great.
We have a sandwich board.
Walk
Walk up and down.
Absolutely.
Okay, make a motion to adjourn if we're
I'll second that.
all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
You want me to call you?
Right now.
Oh, no, he wants to do it tomorrow. Brian, you wanna get to, well, I have simple comments on the MOU, we do it tomorrow.
On the
Why
west,
don't you call my cell?
You wanna do it now?
Yeah, let's do it now.
okay, hold on.
549 4202.